Now, in this topic, we're going to change our focus from comparing populations between countries and continents and instead look at where people live within a country. And when we do this, we observe that over the last 50 years, there's been a major decrease in the percentage of the population globally that's living in rural areas. In 1950, that percentage was around 70%, well over half. And then as it's declined, by about 2010 or 2009, it reached 50-50. And it's forecast that it will keep on declining, and by the year 2050, it will only be around about 30%. Now, the reason that people move from rural areas into urban areas is generally to gain better incomes. And we've already started to see that as people get more disposable income, they not only are able to eat more food, but they are also able to have greater choice about the sorts of food that they eat. And so this movement of rural people to urban areas is going to have major implications for agriculture. We're going to have to produce more and different types of food and then transport it from the countryside or rural areas into the urban areas. Now, what we've focused on so far in this topic is the percentage of the population living in rural areas. But we've got to remember that that's against a backdrop of a rapidly increasing world population. So when we look at the actual numbers rather than percentages, we do see that from 1950 up till about the present day, the actual numbers of people living in rural areas has been increasing slowly. But even that is forecast to decline between 2025 and 2050. And in fact, the size of that decline is estimated to be about 350 million people. So that's a lot of people. Now, we've got to remember also that that is a global average. And in fact, in many developed countries, this depopulation of the countryside has been going on for many years. And in fact, in many developed countries, it's reached the stage where farmers are really struggling to get sufficient labour at peak times of the year, most notably when they're harvesting crops. And in order to overcome this problem, many governments are facilitating or encouraging the importation of migrant workers for limited periods of time to work on those farms. Now, this is a good opportunity for the migrant workers because it enables them to earn income that they might not otherwise have had. But it does raise political and economic and social issues in the host countries. So, in summary, we can see that where people live in a country is having a big effect on agriculture. And in the next topic, we're going to change our focus from looking at populations and instead focus more on the quantities of food we are producing around the world.